Hello everyone at home. My name is Michael, and today I'm going to be telling you all a little bit about bobcats. Bobcats are a type of cat animal that lives here in North America, in Minnesota as well. I'm going to read you a book here starting, then we'll talk a little bit more about some facts and vocabulary words from our book and from what we're talking about a little bit after. So this book, Bobcats, is by Henry Randall. Here's a good picture of a bobcat on the cover just to let you guys know what they look like. All right. So this is a bobcat. Bobcats make their home near the mountains. Bobcats live in many places in North America. This bobcat has climbed a tree in its forest home. Bobcats have long hair on their faces and on the tips of their ears. Bobcats have wide paws that help them to walk on top of the snow. Bobcats have short tails. This kind of tail is called a bobbed tail. That's maybe why they call bobcats bobcats, because of their bobbed tail, that little short tail they have in the back. Bobcats sleep in dens. This bobcat used a mountain cave as its den. Bobcats are hunters. They walk slowly and quietly to get close to animals. Bobcats jump on animals they want to eat. They eat mostly rabbits and hares. Is that the hair on their head? No, that's not that kind of hair. Hares are kind of like rabbits. They're another animal that look and act a lot like a rabbit. So they're very similar to rabbits, or what we would also call hares. Bobcat babies are called kittens. They stay with their mother for about 8 months. You now know a lot about bobcats. What else do you want to find out about them? So let's now talk about a little bit recapping of what we learned in the book. Here we got a few vocab words. Some of them are from the book and some of them are just important for bobcats in general. So let's look at our first word, bobcat. Obviously, bobcats are the type of cat we read about. They're a wild cat that lives in Minnesota and a lot of places of the United States, our country, and a lot of places in our continent, North America. So they live throughout Minnesota, throughout the Midwest, down through the central part of the country, and even up into Canada. The next word we have here is paw. So paw was a word in the book, if you remember, where it said bobcats have wide paws. Paws are just animals' feet. Like you and I have normal feet or a foot. Bobcats and a lot of other animals have what's called a paw. And so bobcat paws are really wide, and that lets them walk on top of the snow because it doesn't let them sink down into the snow. So their wide paws are really important for catching their rabbits and other things that they eat. The next word we have here is den. Remember, this was in the book too. A den is just somewhere that an animal lives. It's where it sleeps, it's where it stays, and sometimes where they have their babies. In bobcats' cases, they're called kittens, if you remember that from our book. And so bobcats live in their dens or their homes with their kittens for 8 months until the kittens go and find their own dens and become adult, grown-up bobcats. Our next word is forest. That was in the book as well. Forest, I'm sure a lot of you know and have seen a lot of forest, especially here in Minnesota. A forest is just a general term for areas with lots of trees. They have their own things going on within separate forests. There's a lot of different types of forest. And in Minnesota, we're really lucky to have a lot of forest here, which is just a lot of trees, a lot of different species of plants and trees all living together in one big area. That would be a forest. And finally, our last word here is North America. That is where we live. That's where our country, the United States, is. Bobcats also live throughout a lot of North America. It also includes Canada and Mexico. So our 3 countries all make up North America, where we have bobcats as well as a lot of other wildlife and a lot of other cats, wolves, bears. A lot of our animals that are hunters, like bobcats, live here in North America. So that's pretty cool. And now we know a lot more about bobcats and a lot more about nature. So I'm really excited to have told you all about this. And I hope you guys keep learning and keep knowing and wanting to know more about bobcats and our other really cool animals we have here in Minnesota. Thanks.